Just last month, we learned some sobering new statistics. Suicide rates are on the rise here in Minnesota. The state's Department of Health says the rates are up from 2011 to 12.4% out of every 100,000 people. That was in 2012. Now, that has mental health advocates working overtime to make sure people are learning the warning signs to try to avoid this. Here to tell us more, we have Lindsay Rasmussen from American Foundation for Suicide Prevention of Greater Minnesota. Thanks so much for being here with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, the reason that you're so devoted, your life's work has been so devoted to this, is it's very personal to you. An important anniversary in your life passed just a couple months ago.
Yeah, I lost my brother Logan in April of 2012. And so ever since, after he died from suicide, it's really become a passion of mine to work with the American Foundation for Suicide to try to prevent this from having to happen to another family and someone else's little brother.
One thing that you want to emphasize, because looking at your brother's case, sometimes warning signs aren't very obvious, right?
Right. My brother did suffer from depression, but it wasn't like, there's no stereotype to suicide or to mental illness. He wasn't someone that you could meet and think, you know, this is someone who might die from suicide. He was an outgoing, friendly guy, had tons of friends, came from a very supportive, loving family. You know, but 1 in 4 people at some point in their life will suffer from a mental health issue. You know, so it's a lot more common than I think people realize.
It sounds like it really, obviously, was very heartbreaking for your family, but it took you by surprise in a way. What would you say to other families out there?
I think it's definitely important to realize that depression and the mental illnesses, you know, that someone may have can lead to suicide, that the severity of them, you know, is just something really to take seriously.
It's, you know, the statistics are really startling. Suicide is the second leading cause of death among college kids. 90% of people who do commit suicide have diagnosed mental health issues. Tomorrow, your Out of the Darkness walk, I call it yours because you're one of the organizers, is going to raise awareness about this issue. Tell us kind of what's the essence of what's going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow's a really big day for us at Lake Como. We're going to have probably close to 1,000 walkers joining together of people who have lost someone from suicide or just supporting the cause or maybe have suffered from a mental illness themselves, all joining together to end the stigma behind mental illness and suicide and help bring awareness to this topic. I think making more people aware is definitely the key way that we can help put a stop to it.
Registration starts at 9 a.m. The walk starts at 10:30. Once again, that's at Como Park. And meteorologist Ken Barlow is going to be emceeing and sharing his own personal struggle with his bipolar disorder as well.
Yeah, Ken will be our master ceremony starting at 10.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you so much.
And really, I know it's hard. And look at that lovely picture of Logan that you wear with you. Yeah. Well, if you or someone you know is in a crisis, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, 1-800-273-TALK. We have this information and more online at KSTP.com. Coming up at 8, we're going to